Hello friends, myself Dr. Nandakumar Ravale from College of Engineering Ambazogai is going to deal with Applied Thermodynamics 1. This is our 18th lecture. In previous lecture we have discussed about Rankine cycle, comparison of Rankine cycle with Carnot cycle with Rankine cycle, efficiency of Rankine cycle in terms of temperature and latent heat at the supply pressure. First case we studied that steam supplied is wet. Second case we studied if the steam supply is dry saturated, and third case which was supposed to be studied is steam supplied at steam supplied is superheated. So today we will be discussing about this steam supplied is superheated. So contents of today's lecture are Rankine cycle using superheated steam and modified Rankine cycle. So let us consider TS diagram of Rankine cycle using superheated steam. In previous class we have seen the steam was generated starting from point A to B. So this B was somewhere here in wet region. The evaporation of steam was going to be stopped in between, say B dash. Today we call that as B. So if steam is expanded from B dash, then expansion of steam with dryness fraction X is equal to some value we say. But if steam is completely evaporated and dryness fraction of steam X is equal to 1, then we call it as a dry saturated steam. Second case we studied if steam is expanded when it becomes dry saturated. But today we will discuss about if steam is further heated, a superheated region up to point C. Now steam is superheated and then it is expanded from point C to D. And then from D onwards the condensation process starts up to point E. So this was the condensation process in previous cases also. From E to A steam is sensibly heated, again A to B, condensate is sensibly heated to raise its temperature to saturation, and from A to B the saturated water is evaporated into dry saturated steam. B to C, dry saturated steam is superheated, and from B to C C to D steam is expanded. From D to E condensation process takes place. So this is how the cycle is going to continue. So today we will discuss about how to find out efficiency of Rankine cycle using superheated steam. In this case, so in previous case itself we have discussed about the work done, heat supplied and efficiency of Rankine cycle. So now today also we will discuss about the work done. So in this case work done is given by steam. So where work is done from point C to D, steam is expanded from point C to D. So here the steam expansion takes place and work is produced. D produces work. So therefore work done per kg, we can call this as work done per kg of steam expanded is equal to enthalpy at point C minus enthalpy at point D, Hc minus Sd, or that is nothing but the area ABC D and E. So this area A, B, C, D, E, A on PV diagram gives us the work done. So this area can be split into two areas. to three areas, that is area A, J, E, A. This is first area, and second area is this rectangle A, D, K, J, and third area is area B, C, D, K, B. So again this is divided into two parts, triangle and rectangle, 3 dash and 3. So this area is first broadly divided into three areas, that is area AJ, EA, AJEA plus area AB, AJA, area AB, AJA, second area, plus third, that is area area BC, D, AB, BC, BC, point B, C, D, AB, this third area. So again, this can be written as, so in previous class itself we have obtained area 1 plus 2. Area 1 and area 2 was obtained. So in the same way, we can write as water heat at A minus water heat at E. So this first can be written as water heat A minus water heat at E minus area EJ minus area EJ G E of E. So first water heat at A means complete heat below this A, then heat at E means complete heat. So between this, the area below EAFG is given by this water heat at A minus water heat at E gives this complete area below this curve EA up to x-axis, minus of this area EJGFE gives this rectangle. So this area is subtracted from this complete area, so that we get the area of triangle, say EAJE, and closing this bracket plus the area of rectangle area AB ABKJA. This area ABKJA, so this rectangle, second rectangle, is obtained, plus the area BCDKB as it is. So this area, the first area is splitted in this, second area is taken as it is, third area is taken as it is. Then water heat at A is given by T1, water heat at E is given by T2, because at A temperature is T1 and at E temperature is T2, T1 minus T2. minus area EJ GFE, area EJ GFE. So entropy at J is equal to entropy at A minus of entropy at E. So here it can be written as, this is at temperature T2. So this height, distance from x-axis to this point J is T2, temperature is T2, into, in bracket, Sj, actually entropy at point J minus entropy at point E gives us width of rectangle. So entropy at J is nothing but entropy at A, Sa minus Se we can write. So this area is given by this, plus this area we can find out. So area AB AJA. So width of this rectangle is AB and height of this rectangle is T1 minus T2. So T1 minus T2 first we write, T1 minus T2 into entropy at B SB minus entropy at A SA plus this area third is divided into two parts, 3 dash and 3. So this area we can write as area BCMB BCMB 3 dash area plus area BC, sorry, BMK area BMDKB, third area BMDKB is third area. So again rewriting this, T1 minus T2 as it is, minus of this T2 we take as it is, into SA, entropy at A is given as log of T1 minus SE, entropy is given as log of T2 plus T1 minus T2. So this SB minus SA, SB minus SA, we can see here, SB minus SA is nothing but, we'll have calculation, dq, sorry, change in entropy is equal to heat transfer divided by temperature. So heat transfer during process A to B is latent heat of vaporization, that is HFG. So this latent heat of vaporization is completely supplied. There is the heat supplied is not partially, because steam coming out is dry saturated. So here we need not to multiply it by dryness fraction. Dryness fraction value is 1. HFG divided by T. The temperature is T1. Therefore, this SB minus SA, the change in entropy can be written as into HFG divided by T1 plus area BCMB, area BCMB, half, this is a triangle, half height CM into BM. So that can be written as half BM into CM plus area BM DKB, BM DKB. So this area BM into MD can be written. So after that, again, this T1 minus T2 we take as it is, minus T2 into log T1 minus T2 can be written as T1 divided by T2 plus of T1 minus T2 T1 minus T2 HFG1, sorry, HFG, or 1 can be written HFG divided by T1 plus of half Bm. So this distance Bm is difference of entropy at point M and entropy at B. So this can be written in the form of entropy at B minus entropy at A. And Cm is, so Bm is entropy at M minus entropy at B into Cm is the difference of temperature C to M. So at point C temperature is T sup and at point M temperature is T1. So T sup minus T1 plus again Bm, difference Bm is Sm minus Sp into Cm is T sup minus T1. So next we can write as T1 minus T2 minus of T2 log T1 divided by T2 as it is plus T1 minus T2 HFG divided by T1 plus of half Sm minus Sb. Yes, Sm minus Sb, entropy at M minus entropy at B. This is entropy in the superheated region. Sm minus Sb can be given as entropy in the superheated region Bm is given by Cps log T sup divided by T1. So here this is given as Cps specific heat log sup minus T1, sorry, log, so this is given as Cps log T sup divided by T1 log T sup divided by T1 half Cps specific heat of steel. Log is natural log, everywhere this log is natural log, log to the base E into T sup minus T1 plus again this Sm minus Sb can be given as Cps log to the base E T sup divided by T1 into Md. This distance Md is not T sup minus T1, it is T1 minus T2 into T1 minus T2. So here temperature at M is T1, temperature at D is T2. So this can be written in this way. So further we can club some of the terms. So T1 minus T2, T1 minus T2 is taken common. T1 minus T2. So in this place 1 is going to remain, 1 plus Fg divided by T1. Then coming to T2 log T1 divided by T2. So this we can write as it is, minus T2 log to the base E T1 divided by T2. And next we come to this next term plus CPS log T sub divided by T1, CPS log T sub divided by T1 common. So here we take CPS log to the base E T sub divided by T1. In this bracket what is going to remain is half T sub minus T1, here plus of T1 minus T2. Close this bracket. On further simplification of this, we get first term will remain as it is, that is equal to T1 minus T2 bracket 1 plus HFG divided by T1, close this bracket, minus second term also remains same, T2 log to the base E T1 divided by T2. This third term on simplification becomes CPS log to the base E T sub divided by T1. So this bracket on simplification becomes T sub divided by 2 plus of T1 divided by 2 minus T2. So in previous slide we can see here this bracket half T sub minus half T1, here full T1. So if we divide 1 by 2 to T sub, this will be T sub divided by 2, T1 divided by 2 minus T1 divided by 2 plus T1 divided by 2. So it becomes plus T1 divided by 2 minus T2 as it is. So here also we can write here T sub divided by 2 plus T1 divided by 2 minus T2. So this is nothing but the equation for work done per kg of steam. Now coming to next, heat supplied. So if we want to find out heat supplied, where heat is supplied, so this we call as first equation. In this case, heat supplied is equal to where heat is supplied actually. If we see, heat supply starts at point E. To A it is sensible heat, A to B it is latent heat, and B to C it is superheat. So heat supplied is nothing but difference of total heat at T minus total heat at So if we know total heat at C and total heat at E, we can find out the amount of heat supplied. So total heat at C minus of total heat at E can be written as temperature T1 plus HFG plus CPS T soup minus T1 minus of T2. So here T1 is the temperature at 1A. So this gives us the enthalpy supplied below this point A plus latent heat of vaporization from A to B plus this enthalpy of superheated steam heat supplied to superheat. So first T1 plus HFG latent heat of vaporization plus third part is CPS T soup minus T1. This is enthalpy of superheated steam or heat supplied to superheat minus of T2. So heat supplied up to point E is subtracted. So heat supplied below this point E is subtracted. On further simplification, this can be written as T1 minus T2 plus HFG plus of CPS T soup minus T1. So this is equation number 2, which gives us heat supplied per kg of steam. Heat supplied per kg of steam is given by this equation. So now efficiency of Rankine cycle using superheated steam. Efficiency of Rankine cycle using superheated steam superheated steam. So equation 1 divided by equation 2, that is work done divided by heat supplied, gives us the efficiency. So equation number 1 can be written as it is T1 minus T2 in bracket 1 plus HFG divided by T1 minus T2 log the base E T1 divided by T2 plus CPS specific heat CPS log to the base E T soup divided by T1, another bracket T soup divided by 2 plus T1 divided by 2 minus T2 whole divided by heat supplied is T1 minus T2 plus of HFG plus CPS specific heat of steam into T soup minus T1. So this is equation number 3, gives us efficiency of Rankine cycle in terms of temperature and latent heat of vaporization. Coming to next concept of a modified Rankine cycle. So what is this modified Rankine cycle and where which cycle we are using in this case. So now in non-flow isentropic expansion, let us consider a prime mover known as a steam engine. When only a prime mover is considered, the steam engine, the prime mover or steam engine receives steam at higher pressure and rejects heat after expansion at a lower pressure. So here the steam is passed into the steam engine at higher pressure P1 from A to B. At constant pressure expansion takes place, and after point B the adiabatic expansion or reversible adiabatic expansion takes place B to C, and at point C the exhaust valve opens and the steam is exhausted at the lower pressure back pressure PB, and immediately at point B steam supply starts and the pressure increases from back pressure to highest pressure of boiler. So again steam is taken at constant pressure expansion, constant pressure expansion or volume increases, and from point B to C isentropic expansion takes place, and from C the steam is exhausted at back pressure lowest pressure of steam engine. Again the fresh steam supply starts, pressure increases to P1, steam enters at constant pressure, and then steam is expanded isentropically. So this area on this PV diagram A, B, C, D, A is the work done by steam engine generally. But what happens? This expansion of steam from point B to C increases the stroke length of piston, and the work obtained from point E to C is very negligible, and that is even insufficient to overcome the frictional losses. So therefore steam is blended out at point E. Suddenly steam is exhausted or the exhaust valve is opened, pressure falls from point E to F. So initially at point E pressure is say P2. So due to the opening of exhaust valve, the pressure suddenly falls to the back pressure and steam is discharged at the back pressure. So here due to opening of exhaust valve at point E, this work area ECF is lost. So this loss in the work is even less than the work required to overcome the friction. This is non-useful work, and which increases the stroke length and size of engine cylinder. Therefore this work is neglected and Rankine cycle is modified. So actual Rankine cycle for steam engine is A, B, C, D, A, but due to the modification, so this work which is produced after point E to C is not useful even to overcome the friction. Therefore this work is not extracted, steam is blended out at point E, that is at pressure P2, and this work is lost. So this loss of work is not affecting on total efficiency of Rankine cycle. If we show it on TS diagram, so A to B is conversion of saturated water into dry saturated steam. From B to C actual expansion has to take place, but at point E itself in between steam is exhausted at constant volume up to point F. So this loss of work is shown by area, and from F onwards steam is condensed or exhausted. Again that steam is passed into the boiler to increase its pressure. So this is how modified Rankine cycle works. So here the stroke length of engine is reduced without appreciable change in work done. This cycle of operation is known as modified Rankine cycle. The work done per kg of modified Rankine cycle is given by, we can see here, the work done per kg given by per kg is equal to area AB E F dA. So area ABE F dA. This area gives us work done. So this area is also written by area AB IOA ABIOA. So this area below this line AB. So complete area ABIOA plus area below the curve or work done due to expansion of stem B to E. Area below the curve B to C, sorry, B to E minus, so first we find out complete area below AB up to this x-axis, then we find out area below this curve B to E up to x-axis, then we subtract this area below this UV diagram. This area is subtracted. So this area we can call as DF HOD, DF HOD, DF HOD. This area is subtracted. This is equal to area AB IO. AB means this is the distance which we call as, say for example, this is pressure P1 and this is volume V1. P1 V1 we can call, P1 is the pressure, V1 is the volume. P1 V1 divided by 1000, assuming that pressure P1 is in bar, sorry, P1 is in Newton per meter square. So to find out work in kilojoules, so this P1 is divided by 1000 plus of area below this curve is given by change in the internal energy. Internal energy at B is U1 and at E is UE, U suffix E. So this can be written as U1 minus UE minus of area DFHOD, DFHOD. So this is pressure PB minus of PB into V2. We can call this as volume V2, say PB V2 divided by 1000. On further simplification, we can rewrite this as U1 minus UE plus of P1 V1 divided by 1000 minus PB into V2 divided by 1000. So U is internal energy. So this internal energy can be written as H is equal to U plus PV. So enthalpy is sum of internal energy plus flow work PV, or we can write U is equal to H minus PV. So using this relation U is equal to H minus PV, we can write this, say internal energy is equal to H1, U1 can be written as H1 minus P1 V1 divided by 1000 in one bracket minus UE can be written as enthalpy HE minus P2. So pressure at E is P2, P2 V2 divided by 1000 plus P1 V1 divided by 1000 is taken as it is, minus PB V2 divided by 1000 is taken as it is. So on further simplification, enthalpy terms are taken together, H1 minus He plus of, so these terms. So if we see this P1 V1 divided by 1000 minus P1 V1 divided by 1000 plus, this gets cancelled. So this term and this term, these two terms are going to remain. So this minus into minus is plus. We can write this as plus so this is minus minus plus. We can write P2 V2 divided by 1000 minus PB V2 divided by 1000. So again we can write this as H1 minus He plus of V2 is taken common, V2 divided by 1000 taken common, into P2 minus PB is work done per kg in the modified Rankine cycle, where condition is where pressure P is in Newton per meter square. So today we stop here. In next lecture we will be dealing with reheat cycle and regenerative cycle. Thank you.